Hi, my name is Anna Betkowski, and I am here today to talk to you a little bit about the County of Granville in North Carolina, and a little bit about ways that we can recruit industries and firms to the county to bolster economic and community development. Today we're going to be going through a quick introduction of Granville County, including a quick history overview as well as current employment and occupational data. We will then go into industrial sectors that would be good to recruit to the area. Building off of that, we'll then go into some firms that we think would be really good to bolster the economy there, as well as benefiting the firms. We will then go into some policy tools that the local county and government can use to incentivize these firms to come to the area and develop. We will then go over a quick summary of why Granville County is looking for development and why it is the perfect place for future development. And then I will be citing my references. So this is Granville County, North Carolina, which is located on the southernmost part of North Carolina. It also borders southern Virginia. Granville County is home to 61,903 residents and fosters the potential for substantial economic growth through the introduction of new industrial development, which is what we are talking about today. To provide a little bit of history of Granville County, we're going to start at the colonial era. Granville area is capitalized on agriculture, trapping, and hunting. The majority of settlers came from Virginia because of the fertile soil in the area. Oxford, which is a city in Granville County, became the hub with the first plantation. And the main crops that were grown were Indian corn and specifically tobacco. Granville County was a tobacco industry. Post-plantation economy, and this is when the industrial era really started to gain traction, and this was the discovery of brightleaf tobacco, which specifically for Granville County, it cushioned the fall of plantation economy, so it helped them balance assets, if you will. Granville was the third largest tobacco producer in North Carolina by 1880, and that is with industrial development and new railroad lines led to the creation of some smaller towns known as Stovall, Stem, and Creedmoor. Post-World War II, this is when mechanical harvesting tools reduced labor needs, which financially impacted smaller farms. The 1964 Surgeon General's report linked tobacco to cancer, which negatively affected the tobacco industry and eventually led to the decline of the tobacco industry and thus the decline of Granville County. 1980 and beyond, there was a large shift from agriculture to industrial economy, so moving from the cultivation of tobacco into more of a manufacturing economy. Thus became the emergence of 38 major manufacturing industries near Oxford and Creedmoor, which are the two biggest cities in Granville County. The goal was to try to attract the new industries to diversify the economy to offset job losses. This didn't particularly work in Granville County. You can see some other areas like Greenville County, North Carolina, where this strategy did work and the economy continued to thrive on, whereas Granville's continued to decline. Over the years, there has been a slow population increase, which is now driving the need for further industrial diversification and employment opportunities to follow after those counties that did diversify early on, such as Greenville. Here is current data on employment and occupation in Granville County. The top two charts are from the U.S. Census, and they are depicting occupational characteristics for Granville County. The one to the left is showing that there's a total of 26,914 residents that are above the age of 16 and employed. And then going over to the right, it tells you what occupation these residents that are currently employed are working in. We're seeing a large portion of the population being in management, business, science, and art occupations. Moving down to the unemployment data in Granville County, this is also from the U.S. Census. It's stating that the majority of the population is employed, but there is also a large portion that is unemployed and is in the need for more diverse industries and jobs within the local area. Going over to the right, the red and white chart is actually directly from the Granville County site. It is saying that 58% of white-collar employment, 14% of service employment, and 28% residents are blue-collar employed. We are seeing a 1.6% population growth rate and a 3.5% unemployment rate. So what makes Granville County great for industrial development? Below you'll see some images directly from the county's website. The one on the left is depicting more of the economic development that has occurred over the past decade. I specifically wanted to highlight that about 2,000 jobs have been created since 2015, which is quite a lot, and it shows really the growth that's happening in the area. Some things that make Granville County attractive to potential firms would be the 6 I-85 interchanges. Granville County is about 40 minutes from RDU, which is an international airport in Raleigh-Durham area, and then it's also less than 5 miles from Henderson-Oxford Airport, which is a domestic airport. There is also inbound and outbound rail services available by Norfolk Southern, and it's less than 3 hours away from Wilmington and Norfolk, Virginia, which are two major seaports. Next, we're going to go into some industrial sectors that would be beneficial to attract to Granville County. The first industry I would attract would be the medical device manufacturing industry, and I would prioritize healthcare equipment manufacturing as a top industry for Granville County due to the renowned healthcare systems in Raleigh-Durham Chapel Hill area, which is also known as the Research Triangle. This region is home to world-class institutions like Duke, Wake Med, and UNC Health, as well as the presence of leading universities such as Duke, UNC Chapel Hill, and NC State, which supports continuous, highly educated and trained professionals that would be in close proximity to fulfill job needs. And some fun facts down below. Duke Health sees about 5 million outpatient visits annually and is the second largest private employer in North Carolina, which with 43,000 employees across 400 clinics and care locations. UNC Health reported $5.85 billion in net patient revenues in 2021 and focuses on system growth to provide outstanding healthcare close to home. Wake Med operates over 165 care locations throughout Wake County, which borders Granville County. And that just kind of shows you the scale of which the healthcare system in the area needs to support. The next industry that would be great to bring into Granville County would be biotechnology and pharmaceutical manufacturing. So the global pharmaceutical revenue was $1.3 trillion in 2023. North Carolina is home to 790 life science companies employing about 70,000 people across 94 biotechnology and pharmaceutical manufacturing sites. I do want to mention a good amount of these are in the Research Triangle, which is about 45 minutes from Granville. The life science industry generates more than $88 billion annually for the state's economy, led by top universities, as I mentioned in the previous slide, such as Duke, Chapel Hill, NC State, along with some other research and development campuses. By 2000, 61% of new businesses in the Research Triangle were involved in drug discovery, including 300 companies in biopharmaceuticals, and is continuing to grow and expand outward, which is why it would be great to bring that to Granville County because of the close access to RTP. North Carolina offers various incentives and favorable regulatory environments for science companies, making Granville an attractive location for pharmaceutical manufacturing. The last industry I think would be really good to bring to Granville County would be IT services, so software and hardware manufacturing, and that is because, again, the close proximity to the Research Triangle, which is the fastest growing technology hub in the United States, and ultimately needs more space and employees to support its continued growth. The tech industry offers a wide variety of jobs in software development, information security, hardware manufacturing, interactive software, defense technology, and telecommunications, which really brings in a diverse working population with all different types of experience and education. Again, North Carolina offers various incentives for favorable regulatory environment for tech companies, making it, an attractive location for establishing and expanding manufacturing operations. Again, Granville is near Raleigh, which is a great logistics location facility for efficient distribution of products. This is because of the railway system, the airports, and the interstates. I would expect the wider commuter shed to be well equipped to staff new locations and industries by drawing existing workforce from the Research Triangle area, because a lot of these jobs already exist, but they are moving outward, so people will be able to move to less expensive areas with a lower cost of living while continuing their jobs. And although there may be some competition for staffing due to, again, thriving sectors in cities, rising costs will likely push people to expand outwards and take employment in these new plants. Additionally, these sectors were likely to attract talent from other states and countries. This is what happened with the Research Triangle, where many people moved there from out of state for job opportunities, as well as numerous foreign companies established a presence in RTP due to the high demand of its products. We are now going to go over 5 potential firms to bring to the area, and these are ranked 1 to 5, 1 being what we think would bring the most economic development and community prosperity. Number 1 on our list is Stryker, which is a very, very well-known medical technology company who specializes in orthopedics, neurotechnology, and surgical technology, and is a great choice for new industrial development in Granville County because of its proximity to the healthcare system in RTP. The company is expected to bring around 500 new jobs to the region, offering positions such as sales representatives, field technicians, product specialists, manufacturing labor, interns, marketing, finance, and supply chain roles. And really with this company, we would see a lot of diverse roles for all different types of skilled labor, bringing in people from different areas as well as giving local residents who may not have as much education jobs. The next company is Medtronic, which is very similar to Stryker. It's another medical technology company who specializes in cardiovascular, diabetes, and neurological devices. And this is a global company, so bringing it to Granville County would really bring in a lot of jobs and people from other areas. They're very known for community engagement and supporting programs like volunteer grants, project incentives that enhance the life for residents. Medtronic also partners with educational institutions, and they would work closely with healthcare systems, again, like Duke, Wake Med, and UNC Health to improve healthcare access for the community. The next company is Bayer, which is a large pharmaceutical research and development company. So this falls underneath the category of pharmaceutical manufacturing. And its presence will significantly boost the local economy in Granville through creating hundreds of new jobs and leading to increased economic activity. Again, Bayer is such a large company, it would bring various jobs for all different skill sets, would help reduce local unemployment and provide, again, diverse employment opportunities to the community. With this, I would expect an influx of people migrating to Granville because of the presence of such a large and successful company. The next one on our list is Eli Lilly, which is another pharmaceutical development manufacturing company, which has the potential of creating about 200 new jobs to focus on new solutions to meet the growing demand for its medicines. And this, again, will build off of the Research Triangle and its world-renowned healthcare systems. And since 2020, Lilly has committed roughly $4 billion to new manufacturing facilities in North Carolina, including $1.7 billion for the development and expansion of its site at RTP. Since 2014, Eli Lilly has introduced 18 new medicines with open roles, primarily in manufacturing. Another thing to add here is Eli Lilly helps its employees gain the necessary training and education to be successful in their roles. The last company we have on here is CommScope, which is a smaller design, manufacture, installation, and support of hardware infrastructure company, which would bring about 250 new jobs to the area. Positions will cater to various levels of education and experience, while attracting individuals from nearby areas. Now we're going to go over some necessary economic development policy tools to adopt in Granville County. The first incentive is Job Development Investment Grant, also known as JDIG, which is a performance-based program that provides cash grants to new and expanding companies to help offset cost of locating and expanding a facility in North Carolina. And these are really targeted towards Tier 1 and Tier 2 counties, which is a designation given to counties based on their economic disparity. The next is Golden Leaf Infrastructure Grants, which is a North Carolina grant-making organization for economical development in tobacco-dependent or economically distressed counties such as Granville County. They offer support for potential site development as well as funding for the actual development of the site. The next is the Partnership Development Grant, which is given by the NC Biotech Center, which is a performance-based program based on new job growth in research areas. There are 2 North Carolina tax exemptions that could apply to these industries. The first one is manufacturing, sales, and tax exemption, and the next one is research and development tax exemption. Overall, Granville County is known for its welcoming atmosphere, skilled workforce, and progressive business development. With 6 interstate I-85 exchanges, abundant land, and proximity to the Research Triangle, Granville County gives companies access to major markets. Granville offers convenient access to nearby Research Triangle Park, Raleigh-Durham International Airport, freight railroad lines, major research universities, and a great healthcare system. Granville County is a perfect place for economic growth with the expansion of RTP and increase in population that demonstrates the need for new employment in the area to further diversify its markets, in turn allowing the county to economically prosper. Here are our references cited. And that is the end of my presentation. Sorry, I kind of went fast at the end. I was trying to make the time limit, but I want to say thank you. If you want to contact me for any additional questions or information, here's my contact information on the screen. Again, thank you and have a great night.